Hello there! Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have DOTR Technical Working Group Chairman Antonio Guardiola with insights into the role of the newly formed Other Law Enforcement Agencies, or OLEAs. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the safe way of alighting a vehicle from the sidewalk. This week's Paying Chaper shall be about the illegal practice of most PUV drivers of overloading passengers. The public service segment centers on habal-habal, or unregistered motorcycles for hire. Showcase this week shall have the mid-sized SUV from SsangYong, the 2020 Rexton 2.2-liter 4x4 AT. While for race weekend, we'll have the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Round 2 held in San Simon, Pampanga.
All of these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Designed to get back from any adventure. Every day without fail. Being tough is not enough, so we keep testing. In the pursuit of ultimate toughness and reliability, the new Strada, engineered beyond tough.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Welcome back. Here are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. The MMDA has begun apprehending unregistered or coloro motorcycles and habal-habal or motorcycle for hire plying the streets of Metro Manila.
MMDA General Manager Jojo Garcia said this is under the directive of Antonio Guardiola Jr., chairman of the DOTR's Technical Working Group, conducting a pilot study on motorcycle taxis. Garcia stressed that they will particularly apprehend riders who are not included in the master list of participants from 3 motorcycle ride-hailing apps, Angkas, Joyride, and Move It, included in the pilot study. This includes riders from other ride-hailing apps like Sampa, Kandong, which are not permitted to operate and therefore are illegal. Habal-habal riders and terminals are also included in the colorum list.
Kailangan nating gawin to para magkaroon sila ng madaming datos mapag-aralan kung tama ba talaga. No? Anong tamang paraan para dito sa motorcycle taxi.
The MMDA General Manager also added that the agency will be on the lookout against habal-habal riders and terminals.
Ang habal-habal kasi hindi siya app. Ang habal-habal, nagte-terminal yan, nakapila ang tao. So, I gave orders sa lahat ng mga sector heads. No? Ayoko na makakita ng kahit isang terminal ng habal-habal.
To help government enforcers, Garcia urged the public to report the locations of habal-habal terminals and report them to the MMDA to its social media accounts on Facebook and Twitter.
Sa mga netizens po, may makita kayo, kunin nyo ng picture, isend nyo lang po no, doon sa MMDA natin na Facebook para at least makita rin namin, tulungan nyo kami no, na maghanap nito.
As to the procedures of apprehension, Garcia cited that traffic enforcers would check their driver's license and verify the names in the master list. Those not included in the list shall receive a citation ticket and their motorcycle units will be impounded.
Iisa-isayin namin yan, yung mga nag-uniforme ng angkas na wala sa master list. No? Huhulihin namin kayo. So kung ang pangalan yan, hinuli namin yan, wala sa master list na binigay ni General Guardiola, huhulihin namin kayo. Huwag niyo po abusuhin para makakuha tayo ng magandang datos. So I'm warning, no? Angkas, move it and joyride. Kung 15,000 lang yung binigay sa inyong listahan, make sure it's 15,000, nothing more. Kasi we will apprehend no, lahat na naka-uniforme ng angkas at wala sa master list, i-impound namin yung mga motorsiklo nyo kasi puro kayo kolorum. Pag nagbaba, may bumaba, let's say naka-angkas uniform na, naka-helmet na, may bumabang pasero, no? Lalapitan natin yan. Kasi nga may study tayo, may survey form din. So alam nila yan na may survey form, no? At naki-coordinate man sila doon sa mga players niya. Titignan natin yung lisensya niya. So yung lisensya niya, pagkakita, iraradyo lang sa Metrobase, may lista tayo master list. Kung wala ang pangalan niya doon, kolorum siya. Makikita natin yan. Hindi tayo malulusutan yan.
Guardiola cited that they have received reports that a firm has exceeded the overall cap allotted for it, while other ride-hailing firms are not permitted to operate in the ongoing pilot tests, which will run until March.
The MMDA warned illegal ride-hailing firms caught with blatant violations that they could be blacklisted by the end of the study. Meanwhile, the Malabon exit of the NLEX HarborLink C3R10 section along Dagat-Dagatan Avenue has officially opened. Before the opening, DPWH, together with NLEX Corporation, conducted final inspection of the C3 to Dagat-Dagatan segment, which will serve as an alternate corridor for motorists bound for the port area from NLEX.
According to DPWH Secretary Villar, through the final inspection they conducted, they were ensured that the Dagat-Dagatan portion of the C3 is all ready to open to the public.
We can expect by Feb 21, magagamit na siya fully. So halos tapos na siya, more or less itong based on this final inspection.
The NLEX HarborLink C3 R10 section starts from Caloocan Interchange, C3 Road, Caloocan City to Riedel Road 10, Navota City, connecting to the previously opened 5.65-kilometer NLEX HarborLink Segment 10 that passes through Carohatan, Valenzuela City, Governor Pascual Avenue in Malabon City, and 50th Avenue C3 Road, Caloocan City. It is expected to reduce travel time from port area to NLEX to just 10 minutes and is being eyed to provide direct access for commercial vehicles, especially heavy trucks.
Itong extension ay access sa HarborLink from R10. So yung R10, malapad yung R10, 12 lanes, and malapit na sa port. So halos pag galing yung mga truck sa port, pwede na silang umakyat dito. Yung nakikita nyo pong exit sa R10. Pag tapos na yan, pwede na silang umakyat at nasa NLEX sila kagad. Design po ito sa mga heavy trucks. Ang purpose, ang market talaga nito ay yung mga trucks na galing sa port. Sa ngayon kasi congested yung C3 at lalo na naging congested dahil may construction. Pero pag natapos po yung construction, luluwag na talaga yung C3 at mararamdaman nating full effect ng HarborLink dahil sa ngayon po medyo mahirap pa ang i-access. Pero pag natapos po ito, napakalaking bagay sa decongestion. Kasama po ito sa EDSA Decongestion Master Plan. From the port, sa ngayon dahil congested ang C3, it can save at least 30 minutes. And then yung travel from NLEX is very short dahil kilometers na lang, baka 10 minutes na lang nasa definitely within 10 minutes nasa NLEX na. So malaki po pong saving sa oras. At yung ibang mga kotse, dadaan sana sa Metro Manila, sa mga roads natin ay makakadaan na dito. So ang anticipated vehicular traffic dito is 30,000 a day.
Chief Operating Officer Raul Ignacio for Sport said they are anticipating that truckers and freight forwarders will greatly benefit from this new road since their cargo trucks will have 24/7 access and in turn translate to faster delivery of goods to and from the provinces in North and Central Luzon. It also intends to advance transport logistics and provide an alternative route for motors bypassing EDSA and other busy streets of Manila.
Included in the Duterte administration's Build infrastructure program, the NLEX Harbor Link is seen to ease traffic congestion and drive commerce between the harbor area and Central and North Luzon areas. Continuing, the Philippine National Railways, or PNR, has acquired 2 new train sets composed of 8 rail cars as part of the railway's refleeting program.
According to the PNR, the 2 trains are composed of 4 cars each. When the trains are fully deployed for operations, a total of 1,000 passengers per trip are expected to be serviced and would fly the Cotabato to Alabang route.
Yung trains namin, same manufacturer. This is bought from 2018 na gaan namin. It's bought from Inca in Indonesia. It's almost the same as yung nauna namin biniling train. Yung nabiling kasi namin yung train muna is savings from prior years when we came in. Kaya dalawa yung nabili namin. With this, binigyan na kami ng budget ng Congress.
Before the trains get deployed for commercial operations, the respective trains will undergo 150 hours of reliability, availability, maintainability, and safety or RAMS test.
Commission na namin to, pinagpaklas-baklas, kakabit uli, mag-static testing uli kami. Pagtapos ng static testing, mag-RAMS validation na kami. Yung RAMS validation namin, before we certify a train for common carrier service, kailangan namin siyang validate muna bago kami pwede tumanggap ng pasahe. So for 150 hours, papatakbuhin namin siya, palabasin na namin lahat ng faults. At dito yung manufacturer, sila magsasabi, itong fault na to, explain mo, itong issue na to, explain mo. Turuan din na yung maintenance team natin, ano yung tamang maintenance niya for 150 hours.
As a safeguard, these trains have polycarbonate instead of glass windows.
Katulad nung dalawa naming bago, binabato hindi naman nababasag. Ang nababasag yung mga luma namin na kasalanan. In the process na kami nung dahan-dahan papalit ng polycarbonate sa lumang tren.
PNR said that they will also be receiving 2 more diesel multiple units or DMUs, 3 locomotives, 15 passenger coaches, and 2 shunters during the first half of this year.
The PNR said that the 2 new train sets were docked at the Port of Manila and are awaiting transfer to the PNR depot. And finally, the Implementing Rules and Regulations, or the IRR, for Republic Act 11229, or the Child Safety on Motor Vehicles Act, have already been signed and approved.
The aforementioned RA mandates the use of child restraint systems, or CRS, for children below 12 years old on private motor vehicles to ensure the safety and welfare of child passengers, as well as prevent traffic-related deaths and injuries. Further, no child shall be allowed to sit in the front seat of a motor vehicle with a running engine or while such child is being transported on any road, street, or highway. Additionally, for the PUVs, the DOTR shall conduct a study on the feasibility of requiring the use of CRS or subsequently recommend to Congress whether the use of CRS is feasible. Otherwise, other necessary legislative measures for the safe and secure transportation of children, PUVs, shall be recommended.
The mandatory compliance of the CRS shall be enforced only 1 year after the effectivity of these rules or the transitory period to provide a sufficient time for information education campaign and preparation of concerned agencies. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Aside from the DOTR's Technical Working Group, or TWG, spearheading the study on the safety and effectivity of motorcycle taxis as a form of public transportation, other law enforcement agencies, or OLEAs, have been formed, which include officers from the country's transport agencies and local police officers. Who they are and what they do is the center of this week's Motoring Forum. The transport agencies that make up the OLEAs include the LTO, the LTFRB, the MMDA, the PNP-HPG, and Interagency Council for Traffic, or IAC. According to a released statement, the group was formed as part of the transport agency's continuous action to assure the smooth implementation of the extended pilot study for motorcycle taxis. Since it was formed, the OLEAs have already apprehended several motorcycles for hire that are illegally operating in Metro Manila.
Yung OLEAS po, as you know, and other law enforcement agencies, sa mekanismo pong ginamit natin, ang una po dyan sa pagpaparehistro natin para malaman natin kung partisipante sila. Kasi ang datos na kukunin natin, doon lang sa mga partisipante. Opo, yung binigay natin 45,000 na kung saan yung master list natin ay ibinigay na natin sa mga OLEAs, yun po doon natin titingnan kung may violation siya. Kaya ang request ko po sa OLEAs to indicate in their citation ticket na siya ay participant ng angkas, participant ng Move It, doing a violation. So doon po namin magagather ang mga datos na to, pati kasama po dito ang na-aksidente. Halimbawa po, may report sa isang police station na may na-aksidente ng ganitong rider, pupuntahan po yan ng aming mga OLEAs. Titingnan kung partisipante si na-aksidente ng study, para yun po ang ating mga datos, mga impormasyones na kukunin.
As of the moment, only 3 motorcycle taxi transport network companies, or TNCs, are allowed to operate as part of the study: Angkas, Joyride, and Move It. Each company was required to submit a list of names of their riders. The remainder of those who won't complete the 15,000 rider cap will be given to another TNC, which the TWG calls redistribution.
The new cap that we raised, kung maalala natin, we raised it to, in Metro Manila, 45,000. In Cebu, 9,000, meaning to say 3,000 each. In Cagayan de Oro, 3,000 each. So in Metro Manila, 45,000, so 15,000 each. We gave them a period to register their participants. For example, hindi na-meet ni Move It yung 15,000, hindi na-meet ni Joyride yung 15,000. The difference there can be taken advantage by the company na may available riders. Ang tawag po natin doon sa guideline is redistribution. So yung remaining cap to meet that 45,000 will now be redistributed for those with ready riders.
In the TWG's past press briefings, Chairman Antonio Guardiola has mentioned mystery passengers hired by the group. According to him, they will be regularly deployed to verify motorcycle classification and documents and check if riders are equipped with the proper safety gears as required.
Titingnan nila kung partisipante, titingnan nila kung siya ay nagbabiolate ng traffic violation, kung nag-imbuelto siya sa aksidente, and most importantly, kung sumusunod siya sa mga safety gears. Yun po, may mga survey form dyan, and of course, doon po ang pakiusap ko nga po sa OLEAs, yung kanilang mga apprehension indicate in their citation tickets that this particular violator is a participant of the study.
The MMDA was also recently tapped to apprehend these illegal drivers and those that are not included in the official master list given by the TWG.
Hindi po namin binibigay yung master list sa mga enforcers on the ground. Ang may hawak lang po nito yung mga point person ng OLEAs, ng MMDA, ng LTO. Kasi naka-indicate po naman kasi doon yung mga personal data nila.
The TWG chairman has also given a warning to Sampa, Candong, and Isabay, some of the motorcycle taxi companies that are illegally operating and are not part of the study, that they could be blacklisted by the end of the study if caught with blatant violations. Colorum or unregistered riders and or motorcycle units are also operating alongside them.
If blatant yung violations, talagang sadya na o talagang very obvious na masyado, by the end of the study, part of the report will be the blacklisting. Hindi lang po yung tungkol dito sa tatlong players natin. There are other motorcycle with apps operating already na hindi naman talaga kasama doon sa study. In fact, may nahuli na yung MMDA na Sampa and we have the Isakay. Marami po kasi, actually, these are the applicants. Mga nag-apply po to na maging participant dito sa studying ito. But then we just limited na 3 players muna para hindi magulo ang pagkuha natin ng mga datos. But then, nag-ooperate sila. So, itong mga nahuhuli, automatic colorum na kagad sila. With these apprehensions, the other law enforcement agencies magsasubmit sa amin ng report. And then we will make a comprehensive report upon our study that these groups will be blacklisted.
Furthermore, DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade, as well as the TWG, likewise issued a stern warning for the 3 participating TNCs to strictly comply with safety protocols in serving the riding public. That was TWG on Motorcycle Taxis Chairman Antonio Guardiola, our guest this week on Modern Today's Motoring Forum, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
Dad, naflipan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Elevate your journey. The new Montero Sport. Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
You are back with us here on Motoring Today, and we now have this week's valuable motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you are alighting from a vehicle na nasa sidewalk, mas safe kung sa sidewalk side ka mismo bababa. Do not get off from a vehicle on the traffic side. Maaari kang masagasaan ng paparating na sasakyan. Katulad ng nasa animation, kung marami kayong bababa, wait for your turn at huwag magmadali. More motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Jeffrey, isang kapwa nyo tsuper. Huwag mong hayaang may sumabit sa likuran ng iyong jeep.
Delikado ang may sabit sa jeep. Maaaring pagmulan ito ng aksidente at may masaktan o masawi. Kapag puno na sa loob at may gusto pang humabol, agad na pagbawalan upang disgrasya ay maiwasan.
Tandaan, kaligtasan bago ang anupaman. Ito po si Jeffrey Hamot, payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
Dad, naflipan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Continuing, we now welcome you to Motoring Today's world of motorsports. We start with the latest news and developments. 2019 Slalom King Estefano Rivera will be crowned on Sunday, March 1 at the Kowloon House on West Avenue, Quezon City. Also to formally receive their titles and trophies during the 2019 National Championship Awards Night are the class champions of the 2019 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series. Among the winners of major championships are Rod Chang, Novice Overall Slalom Champion, Joseph Ortega, Production Rear Wheel Overall Slalom Champion, and Estefano, who was also the Production Front Wheel Overall Slalom Champion. The 2020 season of Togi Battle has begun with the first round held at the Batangas Racing Circuit. Dondon Portugal dominated Race 1 class while recording the fastest lap of the day. It was a tighter lead and chase fight in Race 2 class with CJD prevailing with a performance that earned him the title of Togi King of the first round. Togi Battle returnee Cody Nang, last season's economy and regular class champion, topped race 3 class. In the bantam class, DJ Bakungan is looking to improve on last season's overall second place finish by scoring the most points with the first place finish in the first round. Kyle Hizon ruled the economy class. Sonny De Torres drove his DC2C Integra to a first place finish in the premium class. Chris Arian was the quickest in the Turbo Plus class. Neil Valeria was the first in Prestige class. The second round of the 2020 Togi Battle Series takes place on March 7 at the Batangas Racing Circuit. More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. A new venue drew in a good turnout for round 2 of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship Series. Among the entries are former autocross stars making a surprise return to the sport. Up next are highlights and interviews of the second PAX round in San Simon, Pampanga. Another day of racing, and this time it's the Philippine Autocross Championship Series here in San Simon, Pampanga. Let's check out the action. As it did last year, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series organizers continue to look for new venues for the races. And it looks like it has found a perfect one, the R33 Drift Track in San Simon, Pampanga. Just off the North Luzon Expressway southbound exit tollgate in Santa Monica, San Simon, Pampanga, the R33 Drift Track has an expansive paved area perfect for staging autocross races while being quite accessible to the expressway. Maybe this is why the second round of PAX drew a good number of entries to a new and unfamiliar venue. Okay, I'm here with the main man of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series, Mr. Danny Santiago. Hi, Danny. Thank you again for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here.
Okay, Danny, this is a completely new track, bagong-bago. What prompted you guys to have another leg of Philippine Autocross Championship here in San Simon, Pampanga?
Yes, because the owner of the property, Sir Raymond Ronquillo, wanted to have this racetrack be known to other racers. So he invited us. Maganda naman yung turnout namin and he's happy about it. And for sure, mauulit kami dito.
So, particularly this track, it's more of the high speed talaga, no, compared sa mga usuals natin for the Philippine Autocross Championship Series season, no. Okay, so can you just give us an idea of how many racers joined for this particular leg?
Well, we have at least 50 drivers, no? And all kinds of cars. We have the 5-liter Mustang. We have the 4-wheel drive of Danby and lots of Type Rs.
It may be the track layout or perhaps the new location, but some of the old autocross crowd showed up at the R33 Drift Track, including Dalby Aptichai, who proceeded to set the pace for everyone.
Well, it's been 2 years. Actually, we haven't prepared for this race. We just decided like a day ago to join. But luckily, we're here again. As of now, we're holding the best time. But I think it's all luck because we came here this morning. Our car was problematic, had issues with fueling, and now it seems okay. So it's luck.
So how did Danby find the track and being part of autocross again? And will he continue to be part of autocross?
Well, it's very nice, no? Because it's actually it's well maintained, clean. The track is clean, very wide. It's good for beginners especially. So I guess this would be the best spot for Philippine autocross and maybe other motorsports. We'll see. Actually, this is just like a therapy for me, this race. And if time gives me the chance, yes, I would continue. Most likely, I'd stay with autocross first, then most likely start rallying this year also.
Another of the old autocross crowd who's back is Budi Dabasol, who showed up at the R33 Drift Track as part of Team Smart Fuel's 2 race, the same team where autocross regular Robert Tan belongs.
Good, I have my teammate here, Mr. Rob. Actually, I did took a pause for quite some time with autocross, but the last autocross I joined was, I think, more or less 7 years ago. Now that we have a better place, a better venue with our 33 Drift venues, I mean, it's good. So, eto, balik na ng autocross.
Nako, siya idol ko. Well, we're glad that the venue is close to our home base. Our home base is in Clark. That's why we're here with our team, full support.
For much of the second round, Budi was in chase for the best overall time of the day while having fun with his turbocharged Mitsubishi.
It's quite tricky though and fun because the car I'm driving right now, it's a Mitsubishi 1976 with a big turbo in it. So the problem is when I start off, grabe yung lag ko. So yung power band ko is around 4,000 above. So bababa lang ako ng 4,000 RPM, parang the response is so dull. But it's such a nice game uli kasi I was beside with Danby. He's quite a good driver also and a very nice car that he have and a good power too. So, well, I just wanna put up a good show for everybody.
The second round of the 2020 Philippine Autocross Championship was as well attended as the first, drawing regulars as well as some returnees to a new venue that provided new thrills for everyone. Danny, are we gonna see you in another track again this year? Or may mga surprise ko ba sa mga viewers? Kasi this was actually unexpected from you since you've been holding almost all of your races in Asiana Designer Outlet, right?
Yes. We're trying to look for newer venues, no? This may be a little farther than the others, pero it's worth it naman.
Alright. The main man of Philippine Autocross Championship Series again, Mr. Danny Santiago. Another race slate for the Philippine Autocross Championship Series here in San Simon, Pampanga. Don't forget to check us out next week for more race weekend action. We heard it from the main man of PAX himself, Danny Santiago, that autocross will surely return to the R33 Drift Track in San Simon, Pampanga this year. And many expect that it will be the venue for other race disciplines. Rest assured, Race Weekend will be there to cover the action. That's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
Dad, na-flipan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
The Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, or SPMJ, recently held the judging ceremonies for the 4th Driven to Serve Awards. with a total of 16 entries submitted by 9 auto manufacturers and importers. The categories were divided into 4, namely education and training, environment, community development, and road safety. The judging ceremony was graced by the presence of 7 notable and distinguished personalities from the business, academe, and transportation sectors, who served as the panel of judges. Mr. Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr., Honorary Chairman and Treasurer, Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Attorney Romulo Junji Kimbo, Head Communication and Stakeholder Management, Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation and Lex Corporation. Ms. Maria Belen Fernando, Chairwoman, Philippine Association of National Advertisers Foundation. Mr. Linus Crisme Canamo, National Sales Manager, Clorox International Philippines Incorporated. Ms. Charmaine Vaflor Canillas, General Manager, Petron Foundation. Ms. Catherine Marie Colmenares Cabrillos, Manager, First Philippine Holdings Corporation.
An initiative like this is always something that is a welcome program for any company, because I think it makes the company and the employees, and specifically the people involved in marketing, think beyond just the numbers, the sales, the units sold, or how much is the sale this month. It pushes them to think about their role in society, in the community, and even in the country. And you know what's really very interesting is that some of the cases shown are very specific to the community where the manufacturing plants of the cars or their offices are located. So they're really thinking about their community, how to help them, how to mobilize the resources, and how to engage the people living in the place. So that's something I think that may not exist in other case studies that I've seen, but it's very predominant here. So I guess that's really the direction that these car companies are taking.
It's commendable that these car companies are looking at doing community projects beyond the business and really looking into how to assist their host communities and other communities in the country and bringing to the front mobility using their brand. It's also commendable that some have gone the extra mile and did more than what was expected from their CSR programs.
It was a good experience. It's good to know and to appreciate that companies take time to reach out to communities and make sure that this is part of what they do. Our life is not just about us, and it's good to witness companies doing the same. No, it's not just about profits, making money, but also making a difference to communities.
Even as judges, even if you're handling already CSR in your own respective organization, you get to appreciate what the others are doing. As was mentioned earlier when we were briefed, actual CSR, you don't talk about it, right? So it's such a nice discovery that a lot of the companies, especially motoring companies, are very well into it. So it was a very good experience for me.
Toyota Motor Philippines has officially introduced Atsuhiro Okamoto as TMP's incoming president in a formal ceremony witnessed by members of the business community at the Grand Hyatt Manila. The event highlighted TMP's success in the past 4 years under the leadership of outgoing President Satoru Suzuki.
The highlight for me during stay in the Philippines or TMP, number one is our participation to the CARS program. I hope it can contribute to the Philippine economy or employment, everything to the Filipino society. The number two is I joined the Vios Cup racing. So it was my first time to join the car racing, but it was so tough. Then I hope it could help to making a good reputation of a Vios Cup racing to the public. So, well, many other issues I experienced, but most of them it was a very good experience for me. So I really miss the Philippines.
Suzuki left the helm on a high note with TMP's achievement of record-breaking market share of 39.5% and 18th consecutive Triple Crown by end of 2019. TMP's business also grew with the introduction of new Toyota models and the expansion of its distribution network nationwide, with additional 23 dealers to better serve the needs of the market. Leading TMP's path towards offering new mobility solution is incoming President Atsuhiro Okamoto.
Basically, it's a continuation of what we have started, no? And of course, the CARS program plus other investment plans, other projects in the pipeline. During Okamoto's time, there will be new projects as well as continuation of existing projects. Yes.
In his speech, Okamoto said all TMP team members, dealers, and suppliers alike the importance of dedicating our work to contribute to society. He added that they will continuously do so by providing ever better cars and services to enhance the quality of life of Filipinos. In line with its first anniversary in the Philippine market, Kia Philippines took members of the motoring media on a ride and drive to Costa Pacifica, Baler, on board 10 units of the new Kia Seltos.
We are here on a two-day ride and drive road trip with our media friends, 38 participants over hundreds of kilometers. We had a short stop in Nueva Ecija, and we've been going through kilometers of good paved roads mixed with rough roads, straight and twisties, all trying to test the mettle of the Kia models that we have today.
The team headed up North Luzon en route to the scenic coastal province of Baler. The route was a mix of stretches of open highway and twisty mountain roads. These conditions allowed the drivers to experience the pull from the Seltos 2.0-liter dual CVVT-equipped motor that produces 149 PS of power and 179 Nm of torque. Made it to Kia's intelligent variable transmission with Drive Mode Select. The engine-transmission combo allowed drivers to enjoy their choice of relaxed, economical cruising or a bit of fun out of the open roads.
The models we have here are 10 units of the Kia Seltos. We have all three variants here in various colors, all available, and that's the lineup that we have. Plus the Sorento, the Forte, the Rio is also here, and we also brought along the Sportage. Several units all rolling in one convoy.
Besides driving Kia's newest offering, the anniversary drive was a celebration of Kia's first year under Ayala-owned AC Motors, with a 124% sales growth in 2019, brought about by new model launches Soluto, Stinger, and Seltos. According to Kia, the two-day Kia anniversary drive is a commitment of excellence for the Philippine customers.
I'd like to invite everyone to come and visit our dealers nationwide so that you can have a view and real experience of the models that we have in store. Also, wait for the announcement that we will make as we make more unboxing surprises from the brand that's known for the power to surprise, Kia.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Here comes a Korean vehicle that is set to put the mid-size SUV segment ablaze with its features and capabilities. We have the 2020 SsangYong Rexton on the spotlight on this week's Showcase. Watch this. That wraps up our feature on the 2020 SsangYong Rexton 2.2-liter 4x4 automatic transmission, the brand's flagship midsize SUV in the Philippine market. Our featured vehicle in this showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
I'm 36. I'm a husband, a manager, and still very good looking. In 2 hours, I have the most important meeting of my life. But first, it's time to play. The new Suzuki Vitara.
Ano man ang marating, binabalikan pa rin. Ang mga unang pangarap, mga unang nakasama, mga unang aral, at ang unang naging gabay sa biyahe ko sa buhay.
Oh, Joshua, napauwi ka!
Siyempre, miss ko na first love ko eh.
Make more firsts with a Mitsubishi Mirage. Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Dad, naflipan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
We now have our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
This week on Public Service, we will be highlighting habal-habal drivers and terminals. Their presence in the metro streets has long been an issue in the transport sector, and they have been illegally serving some commuters for quite some time now. Being almost always on the road, our crew has seen some of these habal-habal drivers waiting for passengers. Particular places where we've seen some of them operating are in Capitolio in Pasig, South Sembo in Makati, and Shaw in EDSA. Other information will be given to the proper authorities for appropriate action. May this also be a reminder to everyone to protect oneself and do not patronize these illegal drivers.
That's our public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. And may we remind you once again that if you come across any motoring issue or problem that you deem as unsafe or inimical to the general motoring public, which you would like us to highlight on this portion or to refer to the proper authorities for appropriate action, please feel free to let us know about it. Take a look at your screens for our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 33rd year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy
motoring!